All right, our next guest knows a thing or two about building a successful company. Co-founders of online food ordering app HungryHungry, Mark Calabro, as well as Shannon Hattout, also bootstrapped their way from small to big. The business launched back in 2019, now has over 1,500 venues using their service. For more, we're joined by the HungryHungry co-founder, Mark Calabro. Thank you so much for your time.
Good to be here, Ahron.
Absolutely, and great to be in Sorrento. We actually caught up with one of your colleagues and the organisations you work with, Tessa from The Boss's Daughter here in Sorrento, beautiful Sorrento. You've had a hell of a ride this year.
Yeah, it's been some year for us and I think for everyone.
Yeah, very much so. Talk to us about what you've gone through in terms of the start of COVID back in April. And also at that time, you and your co-founder pivoted the business from venue ordering technology to trying to help restaurants for online delivery and takeaway.
Yeah, so back when was it, in early March? I mean, we were a team of 13 and, we actually just secured our first investor. So we had a first investor, which was exciting, and COVID hit, and we thought, oh no, what's going to happen next? So we just instinctively went into trying to help as many of our customers as we could. We were just overridden with requests, and we even had volunteers phoning us up wanting to help, just with people in the industry seeing what we were doing. So, fast forward a few months, we were very lucky that we had revenue to help support some hiring a few extra people. But it was really July that we started seeing some of those investor funds.
Yeah, and I guess the thing is just as things started to get better, obviously, and we thought we're out of lockdown number one, we end up back in lockdown number two, and hospitality is, shut and for quite some time as well.
Yeah, Melbourne. I mean, I've been in Melbourne here as well. It's a very different vibe to the rest of the city. I don't think none of us expected early June for this lockdown to last so long. But I think what it's done is it's actually made everyone aware, unlike what we've seen in Europe. It's made everyone aware that this thing is real and we need to be very, very careful with what we do next, both as people and consumers, but also as industry.
Talk to us about what you're seeing with the industry, what it's doing to adapt, and we use the term pivot. How do you think the industry has behaved and reacted to such an unprecedented time?
I think the industry's become more unified. I think that more than ever, the industry needs help. It needs help from government. It needs help from consumers. We all love to eat in restaurants and cafes. It's a very important part of our being, and I think that they're more determined than ever. I know a lot of them are fatigued. It's been a hard year, and November 1 almost marks a reopen for them. And I know from speaking to many of them this week that they're just taking a few days to just catch their breath and recharge the batteries and go again. It's going to be a big couple of months ahead.
Now, you've just raised $2 million as well. You mentioned Series A funding round, an exceptional period of growth as well. What was it like trying to raise capital during a pandemic? I speak to a number of people who have very mixed stories here at Ticker about it, but what was your experience?
It was just crazy. It was just trying to really balance up, scaling a team, breaking all of our processes that we once had prior, introducing new features, managing capacity issues with our servers, and then if anyone who's raised capital would know that you get a lot of yeses and people committing to contribute to the round, but and then there's another month that goes by and another month that goes by, and payrolls increasing, and it's extremely nerve-wracking. Loaded up with everything going on in your own environment, and seeing friends who are doing it tough, family in the hospitality industry doing it tough. So it's been a challenging.
But I mean, look, I guess the good thing is there's some good news, right? So you've got hospitality starting to open up in New South Wales a little bit more. We're hoping November 1, possibly even next Wednesday, depending on what the Premier's announcement is this Sunday in Victoria, of course, as well. So there is hopefully some good news. And what are your expectations for 2021? Let's try and finish on a positive note in what has been such a difficult time.
Yeah, look, we're very optimistic, and from the people that we're speaking to, I think that there is now a lot of government support around the industry. I think more will come. A lot of businesses in the suburbs are certainly thriving, and I think the consumers are just busting at the seams to go out and visit
Oh yeah,
their favorite restaurant in the city or wherever it
yeah.
might be. So we're very enthusiastic and optimistic about 2021.
Mark from Hungry Hungry, always appreciate your time, your support for us here at Ticker as well. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks, Aaron.